Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new video. We are today playing Medieval Dynasty, which is a survival slash like building type game where basically you start off as somebody who has run away from a war. I'll tell you all the dialogue later on, this is just the gist what I've got. So you've escaped a war, you've come to this new like valley to basically start new as you've lost your family and everything. You've got to build a little settlement, get people into work for you, and basically just build a community. I, for one, really enjoyed playing this game. I've played it a couple of times before, so I thought I'd just give it a quick go. Maybe just a little video on the basics and stuff like that. And then hopefully you guys could tell me if you want to see more of this, or if you think this is boring, we can push it to a side and I'll just play this in my own time. If you enjoy it, I'll carry on a series and we'll see what we could do. So, customizing the game, got difficulty normal, you can have easy, you can have hard, or you can have custom. We're just going to stick it on normal. Unlimited HP, no. Unlimited stamina, no. Lack of hunger and thirst, no. Keep these all off, so it's just all normal. Unlimited carry weight, I was thinking about that, just so it weren't boring when I'm getting overweight and I've got to walk stupid distances, but I'll cut that out so you don't have to see the boring side of things. Poison and temperature, will keep them on. Keep the enemy's HP and damage as a normal. And fast crafting, we'll leave that off. Leave the XP as normal. And dropped items from spoiling, we'll just leave that as well. So everything's just basic, just so you know. Again, I'll just go off normal and back on it just so it resets it. And I'll also click restore default settings so you know. So we'll go back and we'll just get into it. So let's go. So this is like the beginning dialogue.
I used to have a simple life. Whatever needed doing round the farm, I'd do it. Being the eldest son, it's tough. But at least we had a living, and our plates were never empty. Then, the war came. I lost everything overnight. The last thing I remember is Father pushing me away, yelling for me to run, to live. At first, I didn't know what to do. Then, I remembered. A story my mother once told me. A story about my uncle, Jordan. He made a modest fortune up north, in a peaceful valley far away from the war. For weeks I held on to that thought, until the valley from my mother's stories. I could see it. This is where I can start a new life.
So, and start a new life we shall. So yeah, like I said at the beginning, he's basically escaped from a war. You've come to this valley, you've basically just got to make a settlement, get people in. You've got little things you have to do like feed them, you've got to house them, give them jobs to do and stuff like that, keep them happy so they don't leave. If you mistreat your settlers, they will leave your settlement, and then you've just got to basically start from scratch again. When I first played, I'm not that far through actually on when I played it through. So when I first did it, I didn't have a clue what I was doing, and I ended up bringing in about 4 settlers, and then they all left eventually, so I had to restart. But like I said, we'll just trial this, see what you think. So here we are. Beautiful little graphic. Starting a new life. Like I said, I will skip out the boring bits for you. So, as you can see, we go to the map. We do have to go down here. It's not far, but I'll come back to you when I'm there. So here we are, where we have to be. I'm not very good with the village names, so we'll just have to make them up as we go along. We do have to go and speak to this Don here when he stops walking. I don't know if you want me to read the dialogue to you. Again, if you're interested in the game and you want me to actually play it through as a series on my channel, and you want me to read the dialogue, that is perfectly fine. I will give it a go. I'm not the strongest of readers, or if you'd just like me to maybe give you a minute, you can read them through and then we'll choose the scenario. So from this, I usually go with, that's funny, my grandmother used to describe them. Yeah, so again, this is just a bit of boring dialogue type thing. I don't know if you just want me to skip through these. None of them are really that important. Like half the time you only get like one choice. You're right there. You only really get one choice to actually choose from, other than like this, you can get two. But like this, look, there's just one to choose from. So it does get a bit tedious because there's not really that much options you can do for some of it. But we'll try and fly through this as quick as we can. There we go. Right, so collecting resources. So as you can see, oops, yeah, we're alright here. Right, so as you can see, the chapter A New Beginning. We've got chapter 1, A New Beginning. We need to collect 10 sticks and 2 stones. So we'll do that pretty quickly here. And then 2 stones, which you can usually just find dotting around on the floor. Say that, I seem to be struggling. Where the bloody hell are all stones? Oh, here we go. So 2 stones, right? And then cutting down trees. Oh, that's my little journal. Click wrong button there. So make an axe. And then again, it says you've got to collect straw and cut down 5 trees. And I know from playing this before that this is wanting you to build the house. So it was somewhere over here that I was thinking of, but I can't remember whereabouts. So we're just gonna make our way up the road. And again, I will come back to you when I've found a nice place to build. Just before I find a place for us to build, there's little things like this that are dotted around. So you get like abandoned supplies, logs and axes and stuff like that you can find around the map. We got quite lucky that these are here, because some of these do sell for a lot, other than the logs really. But yeah, you just basically just take everything that you find laying around. It all helps for the money and stuff like that. It doesn't look like there's anything else. So again, onto the travels to find a place to build. So looking around, this is where I'm thinking of deciding to start building. As you can see, there's wild animals just up there. Nice wide open space. Water's not far away. There's some reeds over there to get the straw. There's a couple of trees dotting around. I think the trees will be the biggest problem, but when you get a wooden shed and get people in, you can assign them to get you wood, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue. So yeah, let's start chopping some trees. And what I did find out for myself, which makes sense I guess, but if you do stand under a tree that is falling, it's not like any other game that it usually goes through you and you'll not get hurt. You do lose health, and I have died a couple of times from rushing to cut down my trees. So just nearly did it again and again. So yeah, it's something to look out for, that you don't try and jump the gun a little bit. Certain trees give you a certain amount of logs as well, which is, I think there's these type of trees give you 3 logs. Is it 3 or 2? Yeah, 3. Whereas there's other trees that'll give you a lot more. So we do need to make a wooden hammer, and I don't think I have picked up enough sticks. Or have I? Because I have chopped some trees, yeah. So 1 wooden hammer. And we will stick that in a inventory and start the foundation of our house. So I'm thinking of putting it quite high up. Don't want it too high up, but I do want my house to be kind of top of the village. So I'm thinking our house here and then the village being around this type of area, close to the water type thing. I'm hoping people agree with that decision. Need to find stone again. So while I find this stone, I will jump back when I have it all. Again, so you're not watching me looking around. So cut back in a couple of minutes. Right, well, we've got the stone. We are ready to build the foundation of our simple small house. And there we have it. We need an extra log. I just didn't want to carry too much and be too overweight, so we're running slow. But get the frame of the house up. And now we just have to get the logs and the sticks. And then for the roof, it should be logs and straw. Yeah. So we'll start on the front. Get a front door up. I think it's a nice little view of the little lake at the bottom as well. Or the river, or whatever you'd class it as. Oops. Just 1 stick just to finish that off. So that's one side done. So, again, I don't want to bore you with everything. You've seen me put the front up. So, I will go away and do the rest. And then I will come back when I am doing the roof. And we'll finish it off. Okay, so I have got the straw. As you can see, I have done all around the house now. We go inside. I've done this little ceiling bit there. So it's just the roof left to do. And then the house will be complete. Building does take quite a while, but for what I know of through my first playthrough is that you do get like little perk skills that you can get, and there's one that increases the speed of construction. So the first one like this would be slow, but then the rest of the roof would be quick. So as you can see, one more hit and the house is complete. As you can see, the house is now finished. So, MTV Cribs, let me show you around. Lovely little storage chest here that you can put some of your things in that you've gathered over time. We will stick a couple of things in here that we not yet need. All the rest we can keep them. Sell some certain things and stuff like that just to get a bit of money. We've got a single bed. That's for, I think it's for when you have a child, because you can have kids in this game. Because I think how this game works, I don't know if there's an ending, but all I know is you kind of play through as this character, And then when this character dies, you then play as his child. Then when the child dies, you play as their child. I don't know if it just carries on, or if it does get to a stage where it just like stops. Like you can only play so many characters. I'm not sure if there's an end goal or what. I'm not 100% sure. There's a double bed. I think we all know what the double bed is for. When you get a wife and you're laid nice and comfortably with this little bit of fur over you, and one thing leads to another.
Oh, hell no!
We've got a nice stone fire that you light, and you can go to the cauldron, make different foods, or you can just over the fire you could cook different food. So there's that, and then that's basically it for a house. Again, I don't know if the other houses get a bit better. It says you could decorate, but it's just certain things really that you could decorate, like shelves when you've got the technology for it. But other than that, that is the house. It's nothing much, but it's simple. I do need to get a drink now because my thirst is low. So like I said, we're not that far away from the river, which is good. And the reeds there help with the old building. Like, God knows how many animals have probably peed and pooed in there. And you could just go over and drink, but oh, there's loads of stones here, look. That's good. But yeah, just walk up and take a sip. We're not far off of the road. Like I said, you just follow that, it takes us back to where we were. There's a bridge just over there as well you can cross. I think further down there's another bridge a bit further down. So we're kind of in the middle of everything, near enough. I think more central would be more this type of area from like everything. But it's just a trek really to this place and this place. But I think you're mostly round here, this Gustovia. So being more around that area makes sense. But yeah, I think we do need these areas further on. Technology, so we have unlocked a well. And I think we unlocked something else as well. Oh no, we didn't. No, it's just a well. We have got a new skill, survival skill. So you got the survival knowledge, 5% more experience gained from survival activities. We have 2 degrees more temperature tolerance, which could come in handy. 25% higher poisoning resistance, which again, it does come in handy, but I suppose it's more when you get attacked by bandits, I think. Like, on my other playthrough, I played it for a couple of hours, like 4 or 5 hours, and I never got poisoned, so I don't know if it's... I think it's more for if you like eat something you shouldn't have ate and stuff like that. I'm not 100% sure. But we are going to go for the more XP. I think it makes more sense, just early game. So now it wants us to set a rabbit trap, get a wooden spear, a stone knife, and hunt an animal. I'm sure that's doable. So we go into here. We ain't got enough sticks. Brilliant. Just quickly gather some stuff. Look how close the wildlife gets to a house, by the way. Like, that's good for food, that line. Like, we haven't got to go far to hunt. Have we collected enough sticks yet? Oh. Right, there we go. So, rabbit trap. Don't really want it too close. I'm thinking in between these trees. So I'm guessing... I don't know if it does anything, but I just feel like this is probably more of a decent place to put it, more realistic-ish, I suppose, just away from where you live. Now it wants a wooden spear, a stone knife, hunt a wild animal, and then it's just survive the season. So what we'll do just for this episode is we will finish these last couple of missions, quests, objectives, however you'd want to say it. And then when it's survived the season, once we've done the hunt and stuff like that, then I'll leave it to you guys to choose whether you want this to be an actual series, if you're enjoying it, or if you want me to just try something else. So pick up some stones, get a knife. We may have to go for a smaller animal if we're wanting to hunt, because I am 90% sure, only 90%, that this spear will not kill one of these deers in one hit. Like, there's no way I'm taking down one of them animals with a stick. So, saying that, we are probably best off maybe looking for a rabbit or maybe a bird, something like that. So let the hunt begin. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, we have found a crow, which should be, yes, a one hit. So there we go. That is the animal hunted, and what's it doing? Skinny! There we go. Took longer than it should have. But you skin the animal. We have now got 4 meat and 16 feathers. So again, it all goes to the survival. I know it's not brilliant killing animals, as graphic as it actually is sometimes, but we've all got to think it is just a game. So if you don't agree on killing animals and this gameplay affects you, I do apologise, but if it's not for you, it's just not for you. So we're going to go back home now, we're going to sleep the night, and then we will call it a day, and you'll have to send me your thoughts, whether you want this as a series or just this one-time thing. So we'll stick that in there. We'll stick that in there for now. Stick that in. I know things do rot if you leave them over time, so let's not do that. And next day. So here we go. This is the next day, and like I said, oh, it's raining. Let's go back in here. So as I said, this is where I'm going to end it. Thank you very much for watching, and again, if you do want to see more of this and you want me to make this a series, let me know down in the comments. Please like and subscribe. Every little helps. Honestly, I can't be more grateful for the 31 subscribers I've got now. So any more and I'll be over the moon. So yeah, thank you again for watching. This has been God's Gaming, and see you in the next one.